Ska gå över och ta oss an vårt grannland Danmark, för där föll inflationen till 0,9% i september, vilket ju är en bra bit under inflationsmålet då på 2%. Siffran är en lägsta på över 2 år och en bra bit under den prognos som hade lagts. De verkar göra ganska mycket rätt där nere i sydväst just nu. Om det här ska vi tala med Olsen som är chefsekonom på Danske Bank. Jag byter därmed till engelska för att vi ska förstå varandra lättare. Welcome to the show. The annual inflation rate fell to 0.9%. It sounds very low. Are you surprised by this?
We expected 1.3, so still also very low. It's really very much the effect of that's the basis effect that you're comparing to a year ago. So September last year was when the energy price, especially the gas price, was highest, and now it's it was more than 3 times higher back then. So that just gives you very low year-on-year inflation when you compare it today. But also, you can say more broadly, there are some signs that inflation pressure is definitely coming down. So we are happy with this number.
Yeah, we saw the Swedish inflation there in blue and the Danish in red. The Swedish looks miles higher. What have you been doing better than us?
No, a lot of this is really down to some coincidences that remember that all of this inflation has been driven very much by energy prices. And in Denmark, we just consume less of these market-priced energy sources. A lot of the energy consumption in Denmark is the district heating that's really fueled by garbage and by wood and by all kinds of things that means that we're less less sensitive to these higher energy prices. And also the prices in Denmark compared to the many other places in Europe, well, they are striking fast. So when the market price goes up, consumers feel it right away. But then when the market price goes down, consumers also feel that right away. And then compared to Sweden, of course, there's a difference that the Swedish krona has weakened substantially, whereas the Danish has been stable against the euro. So that also means that, of course, the imported part of inflation is not so high in Denmark.
Talking about the Swedish and Danish currencies, the krona, as you said, has been weakening in Sweden compared to Denmark. And if we take a look at the GDP as well, it seems like you're doing better than us there as well. Is Denmark doing much better economically speaking, or what's your take on this?
Oh, it's actually a pretty marginal difference. Of course, Denmark has been lucky, I would say, in the sense that we have the company Novo Nordisk that has been extremely successful with launching new medicines and so on, and that has really boosted GDP because they have increased their production tremendously. They cannot follow demand. They're increasing production all the time, and this is in itself lifting GDP. If you look outside of that, we would look very much like the picture that you show for Sweden. Of course, it's real that they are producing more. So in that sense, it's not like we are faking it. But this pharmaceutical expansion, it's not really being felt widely in the economy. It's not like every company in Denmark is benefiting from this. It's really concentrated in this industry that really doesn't employ that many people and isn't buying a lot of stuff from other companies. So I would say that daily life in Denmark probably feels a lot like in Sweden, except that inflation is lower.
And to summarize, we would love to join you down there at around 2% inflation quite soon. What's your best advice to Sweden at this moment?
Oh, I think this will happen because I also think that in Sweden's case, there's a lot of these base effects of what had already happened. So now we are going into this cooling period also of this global economy, the Swedish, Danish, all the economies are cooling down, and this should definitely bring inflation down. And I would say in Denmark, wage growth is actually accelerating. So we had in the third quarter 4.8% annual wage growth, and that's going to go even higher. So this is also a difference to Sweden. And I think that this means that we could very well see lower inflation in Sweden than in Denmark a year from now.
Let's see about that. Thank you so much, Lars Olsen, for being with us today.
Thank you.